All right, so this is the collateral paragraph for my UCC1 financing statement. This is an example for you guys. Of course, I covered up all of the stuff that's sensitive information. All right, so if you don't even know what this is about, basically, this is the notice of lien that you are filing against your straw man, aka your name in all capital letters, and you're taking control of it. All right, you filing $100 million lien on you. That should cover everything you ever own in life. And if there's something that you need to add to this later, then you need to add it via the UCC3. So if you buy a new house, you add this to your collateral. Okay, so you add your house to a UCC3, add it to this, and then that's how you do that. All right, bet. So look, this, like, you can obviously read it and whatnot. I'm just going to tell you the stuff that you might not understand. All right, so this right here is your name, regular uppercase. So if your name is John Doe, capital J, lowercase OHN, middle name, we got the same concept. It's just capital first letter, lowercase rest of the letters for each name. You know, the regular name way you write your name. The debtor is full capital letters, all capital letters, all right? Okay, so then you got your certificate of live birth. You got to know what the document says. So, I mean, obviously, once you get your certificate of live birth, it'll have that number on the top of it. Okay, if you got a driver's license, put that in there. Because remember, you're putting everything you ever own in here, every contract you ever that you ever agreed to, and all that stuff. Because until you get paid this $100 million, you know, on paper, from this entity, this all capital letters name, until you get paid, nobody else can get paid. You first in line, first in time. All right, so anyway, keep on going. This right here is your social security number with dashes. This your wait, let me check, make sure that is all right. Yeah, so that exemption ID, that's your social security number without dashes. Okay, so then you got the QSIP number right here. That QSIP number, that's your social security number without dashes. There is a difference between putting dashes and not having dashes. Okay, security agreement number. You come up with that yourself. You make that junk up. What I did was I put some numbers, the date that it was for me, and then I just put slash and then my 3 initials. All right, power of attorney number, you make that up as well. You basically being like a CPA at this point. So, mind you, all of this stuff, you doing all of this so that you can ultimately be a private banker, and you can get yourself unlimited credit. You can write unlimited credit, and you can access your trust, all the money that's in your trust, your sets to QV trust. But that's another subject for another time as well. But all of this is about discharging debts. You know, you're being a bank. You're doing all of this so that you can be a bank. And you hold the lien on yourself so that you can make sure that you actually have control of all the money that you need to have access to in your lifetime. All right. So right here, we got the power of attorney number. We got the whole harmless indemnification agreement. If you don't know what that is, you need to do some more research, because you need to have all of this stuff already together, all of it signed, all of it done properly, because you're going to file this stuff. You're going to actually file it at the county recorder office that you live in. Mind you, you need to do this stuff in the state that you were born, okay? Keep that in mind, the state that you were born in and the state that you reside in. All right, so that's just in case that wasn't clear. Okay, so we got the copyright notice. You come up with that yourself. And then right here, your birth certificate number, of course, it's at the top of your certificate of live birth. All right. Everything else is self-explanatory. I'm controlling everything from my own mind, body, and soul, okay? Yes, somebody else could have the rights to your DNA if you don't claim it. That's why they can do something like take your child from you, like Child Protective Services, because if you don't have a lien already on your stuff, if your parents sold you into this stuff and they didn't ever bother to do this paperwork right, that means they gave up the rights to you. Somebody else, aka this governmental entity, aka the United States Corporation, owns that child. So when you turn 18, you were supposed to get yourself together, and you're supposed to be able to be competent enough to know how to carry yourself in law. All right. So anyway, they call that age 18. They call that the age of majority. But anyway, keep on going. We got all of this stuff. You could simply just read this right here. All this stuff is your name in as many variations as you can think of. I'm talking about John H. Doe, all capital letters. J. H. Doe, freaking John Henry Doe in all capital letters, etc. You think of every variation you could think to write your name in, and you put it there. And then at the end, you put your name in all capital letters with just the first and last name as well. Of course, it doesn't really matter the order that you do it in right here, as long as you just put every variation that they could possibly do. If you wanted to, you could just look at all the bills you got, if you got a lot of bills, and you could see all the different variations that they write your name in whenever they send you a bill. Because, of course, they're sending bills to your straw man. They're not actually sending it to you. They're sending it to this artificial entity. So anyways, continuing on. Let me scroll up for you. And this is the bottom of it. All right. So I hope this helps somebody. Of course, customize this to the way that you see fit. You need to put all your property in here. Your houses, your cars, all of that stuff, bro. All of that. This don't have all of my cars and all that stuff on there, even though I do got a lot of cars. But yeah, so this was back before then. So anyway, hope this helped y'all.